My dear child, my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. These words remind us that God's understanding is far greater than ours. He sees everything from a higher perspective, and his knowledge is limitless. Watch this video till end, if you believe God. While we can only see a small part of the picture, God sees the whole picture, and he knows what is best for us. We often try to understand why things happen the way they do. Sometimes, life doesn't make sense, and we wonder why certain events unfold in a particular way. But God tells us that his ways are higher than ours. This means that his plans and his actions are beyond our comprehension. Even when we don't understand, we can trust that God is in control and that his ways are always good. God's thoughts are also higher than ours. He knows things that we do not know. His wisdom is perfect, and his thoughts are pure. While we may struggle with doubt or confusion, God's thoughts are always clear and full of truth. He sees the beginning and the end of every situation, and he knows exactly what we need, even when we don't understand it ourselves. We can take comfort in knowing that God's ways and thoughts are not like ours. Sometimes, we may feel disappointed when things don't go the way we expect. We may have plans for our lives that don't seem to be working out. But God's plans are higher. He knows what is best for us, even when we can't see it. His ways are always better, and his thoughts are always wiser. When life feels uncertain, we can trust that God is guiding us. He knows the path we need to take, and he will lead us in the right direction. Even when we don't understand why certain things happen, we can have faith that God is working for our good. He is always moving in ways that we may not see, and his timing is perfect. God's higher ways and thoughts also remind us of his greatness. He is the creator of the universe, and his power is unmatched. We are limited in our understanding, but God is limitless. He is all-knowing, all-powerful, and ever-present. There is nothing too big or too complex for him to handle. When we face challenges or difficulties, we can trust that God has a plan and that his ways will always lead to the best outcome. God's ways are not always easy for us to understand, but they are always right. Sometimes, we may question why God allows certain things to happen in our lives. We may wonder why we have to go through difficult seasons or face unexpected challenges. But God sees the bigger picture. He knows what we need to grow, to learn, and to become the people he created us to be. Even in difficult times, God is at work. His ways may be different from what we expect, but they are always for our good. He uses every situation, even the hard ones, to shape us and help us grow. When we trust in God's higher ways, we can have peace, knowing that he is with us and that he is working everything out according to his perfect plan. God's thoughts toward us are always full of love. He cares about us deeply, and his thoughts for our future are filled with hope. Sometimes, we may feel uncertain about what lies ahead, but God knows every detail of our future. His thoughts are higher, and his plans are greater than anything we could imagine. He knows what is best for us, and he is always working to bring us to the place he has prepared for us. When we trust in God's higher ways and thoughts, we can let go of our worries and fears. We don't have to understand everything or have all the answers. God is in control, and he knows exactly what we need. He is leading us, guiding us, and providing for us every step of the way. It's also important to remember that God's ways are higher because he sees things from an eternal perspective. While we often focus on what is happening right now, God sees the bigger picture. He knows what is best for us in the long run, and he is always working toward that. His thoughts are higher because he is looking at things from the perspective of eternity, not just the present moment. Sometimes, we may feel frustrated when things don't go according to our plans. We may wonder why certain doors close or why we face setbacks. But God's higher ways remind us that He is in control. He knows what is best, and He is leading us towards something better than we could ever imagine. We may not understand it now, but one day we will see that God's ways were perfect all along. Trusting in God's higher ways and thoughts also requires faith. It means letting go of our own understanding and relying on God's wisdom. It means believing that even when things don't make sense to us, God is still at work. Faith is trusting that God's thoughts are higher and that His ways are better than ours. My dear child, the dreams I have given you are not in vain. These words remind us that the dreams and desires placed in your heart by God have meaning and purpose. God doesn't give dreams or hopes randomly, they are part of His plan for your life. Even when it seems like your dreams are far from being fulfilled, you can trust that God has a purpose for them. Sometimes, the dreams God gives us take time to come to fruition. It may feel like you are waiting for a long time or that nothing is happening, but God is always at work. Just because you don't see progress right away doesn't mean your dreams are forgotten. God is working behind the scenes, preparing the way for the dreams He has placed in your heart. God's timing is perfect. You may have your own timeline for when you want your dreams to come true, but God knows the best time for everything. He is never late, and He never forgets the plans He has for you. When it feels like your dreams are delayed, remember that God's timing is better than ours. He knows what we need and when we need it. The dreams God gives are not just for your benefit, they are part of His greater plan. He gives you dreams to fulfill His purpose in your life and in the lives of others. Your dreams are connected to His will, and they are meant to bring glory to His name. Even when your dreams seem personal, they are part of a larger story that God is writing. God's dreams for you are good. He knows your heart, your desires, and your deepest hopes. The dreams He places in your heart are not there to frustrate you, but to lead you toward the purpose He has for you. Sometimes, the journey toward fulfilling those dreams may be difficult, but God is with you every step of the way. Even when obstacles arise, trust that God is still working. He is using every challenge to shape you, strengthen you, and prepare you for the fulfillment of your dreams. The dreams God gives you are meant to grow you. They are designed to stretch your faith, build your character, and help you become the person God created you to be. God knows that in the process of pursuing your dreams, you will learn to rely on Him more. He will use your dreams to teach you patience, trust, and perseverance. The path to seeing your dreams fulfilled may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. God's dreams for you may also be bigger than you realize. Sometimes, we limit our dreams because we think we're not capable or worthy of more. But God sees the bigger picture. He knows the gifts and abilities He has placed inside of you, and He wants to use them for something greater than you could imagine. The dreams God gives are always connected to His bigger purpose for your life. Don't be afraid to dream big because God's plans for you are greater than what you can see. You might face times when it feels like your dreams are too far out of reach, but remember that with God, nothing is impossible. He is the God of miracles, and He can make a way where there seems to be no way. When the dreams He gives you seem impossible, trust that He will provide everything you need to make them a reality. You don't have to achieve your dreams on your own. God will guide you, give you strength, and open doors that no one else can open. Sometimes, the fulfillment of your dreams requires waiting. Waiting can be hard, especially when you're eager to see your dreams come true. But waiting is not wasted time. God uses waiting to prepare you for what's to come. During this time, He is working in your heart, building your character, and aligning circumstances so that when the time is right, your dreams will come to life in the best way possible. Trust that God's timing is perfect, and that He is never in a rush. Even when you're waiting, God is working. God also wants you to hold on to hope. There may be times when it feels like your dreams are fading or that they'll never come true. But God's promise is that the dreams He gives are not in vain. They are part of His plan, and He will bring them to pass in His time. Don't let doubt or discouragement steal the dreams God has given you. Hold on to His promises, even when things don't seem to be moving forward. God's dreams for you are filled with hope and a future. The enemy may try to make you doubt your dreams or make you think that they're impossible, but God is greater than any obstacle. The dreams He has placed in your heart are safe in His hands, and He will bring them to fulfillment. God knows the desires of your heart because He placed them there. The dreams He gives align with His purpose for your life. You can trust that as you seek Him and follow His guidance, He will lead you toward the fulfillment of those dreams. Sometimes, God may refine or reshape your dreams as you grow in your relationship with Him. This doesn't mean your dreams are lost, it means God is aligning them more closely with His perfect will for your life. Subscribe our channel if you believe in Jesus. As you walk with Him, your dreams may become even bigger or more meaningful than you originally thought. God's dreams for you are always for your good. Even when things don't go the way you expect, trust that God's plan is still unfolding. He sees the bigger picture, and He knows what is best for you. When it feels like your dreams are out of reach, remember that God's hand is guiding your steps. He is leading you toward the fulfillment of your dreams in ways you may not even realize. In the end, the dreams God gives you will be fulfilled in a way that brings glory to Him and joy to you. You are not alone in your journey. God is with you, and He is working on your behalf to bring about the dreams He has placed in your heart. Trust in His promises, trust in His timing, and know that the dreams He has given you are not in vain. They are part of His divine plan, and He will bring them to pass in ways that exceed your expectations. God's dreams for you are good, and they are filled with purpose, hope, and a future. Hold on to the dreams He has given you, knowing that He will bring them to life in His perfect time.